All right, a beautiful day out here in Shanghai, DLS Wave, another episode. Now, a beautiful day, but not so beautiful news. We do not bear good news today. Why do we say that?
Exactly. Somebody died.
Whether you like it or not, he's still the president. Akufo-Addo, Ghana's president. I mean, Mahama is the president-elect. He's not been inaugurated yet, so we cannot call him president yet. People are vandalizing his statue that was put up for him in, I think, Western region, in Kwanta, right? People did not like it. There was a lot of, controversies, brouhaha, going on about it. But at the end of the day, he's still the president of the country. And I feel like this kind of attitude is not really warranted. You know what I mean, right? So for those who did not see the video coming up, take a look. So yeah, right from the onset, we have to just make this clear. We do not approve of any sort of vandalism or violence, right? It's really not a thing that we resort to. If you want things to be done right or to be done in your favor, there's a process to go about it. So you guys saw the video. Yeah. Appalling, mesmerized, flabbergasted. What's your take on it?
For me, nothing surprises me from that country. Yeah.
No, but what's the point? What are you trying to what's the message here?
No,
you don't like him? He's already leaving office.
Listen,
right?
We have a culture of pettiness, revenge. Oh, it is my party's turn. My party is in power. I can do whatever I want. And that kind of mentality needs change. But how do we change? These people who did this, if they can be caught, and that is why development is very important.
If there was
because if there was the place is well developed and there's a CCTV
and
camera,
people have their jobs.
People have their jobs. Nobody will go.
Yes,
nobody will go around thinking about your statue. You understand? It is a wrong move for me. Although I disagree with that statue. You understand?
Yeah, but you don't like it.
Yes, but at the end of the day, it is there. It won't add 5 CD to my account or 10 CD. It wouldn't take 10 CD out of my account.
And positive or negative, they all add some history.
You understand?
Yeah, I mean, it's like you're not liking the policies or ideas of Kwame Nkrumah. So you go to the mausoleum and start
breaking it. What value does it bring?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, they will use our taxpayers' money to go refix it. You understand?
Exactly.
So you're actually hurting some of us. Especially maybe the one who did it, he doesn't even pay taxes.
No, but that's a good point, Chris.
Yeah.
When you think about if my party is not in power, right, let's say NDC is coming into power, and then you start, defacing stuff, breaking stuff, demolishing, vandalizing. Now NDC got to use that same money you want them to take to develop the country to fix all these problems. So it's kind of
because no matter what you do, he's the ex-president. He will be the ex-president.
Yeah.
His statue will be mounted somewhere. If not today, 30 years, 40 years, somebody will come and feel like I want to.
Yeah. So what is the link? Is it because of a mindset kind of thing, like you said, a culture kind of thing, or education?
It is a culture. It's a culture we've created in our body politics.
Yeah. It's coming from politics.
It is coming from
my party is in power.
My party is in power. I'm entitled to do what I want.
Doesn't it go hand in hand with education?
No, you see, I don't.
Because if you kind of educated in a way, you wouldn't really.
Nah. It has nothing to do. You'll be surprised that maybe the person that did it has a degree.
But we're not talking about academics. That's when you've been to school and you have we're just talking about enlightenment, right? It's like exposure. You know what democracy means. You're civilized. That's the whole point of being civilized.
I would look at it this way. I think it cuts across, because if you remember when you came to China, there were some places you go and they would steal your phone. You park your e-bike or bicycle, you come and it's gone. But now you can leave your bike unlocked. Nobody cares about it. Because the government has satisfied the basic needs of people. And so they don't.
And people also get educated though.
Exactly.
When it's going to be whether it's the Beijing Olympic, they kind of put advertisement out there, right? You know, what do you call that thing, shared future, stuff like that. You should desensitize, the conscientize people about things like that. Because you do not want to embarrass or disgrace your country by stealing from foreigners who come to enjoy the Olympics.
I get it. I get the education you're talking about. What is the word? Telling the people what is good and what is bad, what disgrace the country and what doesn't. But the thing is, that's why I use the word pettiness.
We find joy in
little
unnecessary.
unnecessary. Exactly.
How do you call it?
You understand? Because yes, you may not like the statue there, but it doesn't add anything to your life. It doesn't take anything away. So you just go about and you do your thing. Listen, if they have a problem, they should be taking the name of Kotoka out of our main international airport. There are other stuff, monuments and other stuff in Ghana that we should be working on, right?
Yeah.
Those ones, they are doing it because he's Nana-Addo. I don't like him.
Yeah.
He's the MPP. I don't like. We should learn to separate those things.
Yeah.
This is something that will live with us for the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
Nana-Addo has been the president of Ghana, whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
Whether he performed well or he didn't. We still talk about Liman, Achampong, and all those.
Yeah, I brought up the education part because I feel like if you really understand the times we live in, it's a social media era, right? So everything you do gets out really, really fast. And this looks really bad on the country as a whole. It's not just going to be, somebody somewhere doing something bad. It's a bad reflection
And
of the
the
country.
social media you're talking about, there are people who posted it on social media and they are jubilating.
Yeah, they're having fun with it.
You understand? But this is where I go back to development. If we are developed, as in the country, the landscape and everything, the Chinese government we talked about, what they've done is, okay, we know there are people that naturally want to be a nuisance in society. Naturally. They don't care whether there's camera or
they
there's
just want to destroy.
That is out their nature.
Yeah.
But you make provisions for them. And the provision is the CCTVs.
Yeah, like this surveillance.
You understand?
Yeah.
That will, okay,
A credit
you
score
did this,
system.
we saw you. This is you. You cannot deny.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
You get punished for it. It's as simple
Yes,
as
there
that.
are bad apples everywhere, but for me, this is just kind of like it's totally unnecessary and called for.
I just think that we have to snap out of this Rambo style.
Yeah,
archaic
exactly right. Yeah.
1920 sort of behavior. Like, I mean, even if I look at old videos of Ghana, there was more decorum than now. Now everybody's doing what they like, and I like the point you made at the beginning that it's strongly related to politics.
Yeah.
Because every political party only looks out for its party's interests.
In party supporters.
As supporters.
Yeah.
And so when they come to power, even if their party members do something crazy, they shut up because they want votes. And I think that is what is really translating into all these behaviors. I mean, like you said, you don't like Nkrumah, doesn't mean you should go to the mausoleum and destroy something.
Yeah.
How will that affect you or benefit you?
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense.
I saw a post on Facebook, and if you guys don't mind, I'm going to read it for you guys to see what this guy was saying. Now, his name is Nana-Addo. Now, he said, I heard from my mom, Ghana was happy and jubilated just like this when Dr. Kwame Nkrumah was overthrown.
Yeah.
Years later, we are here worshipping his statue. Typical Ghanaian attitude, number one. President Rawlings was seen as a demon when he was in office, but he was celebrated when he left office. 2, President Kufuor was called many names, some even used his eyes to insult him when he was in office, but he is still celebrated after he left office. 3, President Mills was teased more than any of the older presidents. Some even used his humble nature to insult him. Number 4, President Mahama, whom we are hailing now, was lambasted, insulted by many. At some point, he was seen as the greatest enemy of progress. But now, look at how we are welcoming him. 5, President Akufo-Addo, currently the same Ghanaians who were jubilating over his victory in 2016, is not clearing his images to demonstrate how mad they are at him. Few months ahead of us, the same Ghanaians will begin to applaud him as we usually do to all former presidents. Ghana doesn't see presidents as leaders when they are in power unless they are out of power. We love to hear stories and history more than focusing on things yet to happen. We love to complain about problems when we even have the power to solve them. You get that, right? We love to complain rather than looking for the solution. Or even if we have the solutions, we're not really implementing them, just complaining. We freely accuse our leaders of things we destroy by ourselves. Ghanaian attitude is always to spend time to search for the one who started the wrongdoing and put blame on them while repeating the same wrong thing. Change your attitude, not your president.
That's
the other point. Change your attitude, but not the president.
56 million, quadruple, whatever the billions, trillions amount you know. You know why? 8 years ago, when the MPP won power, people went to other ministries and other places taking stuff, say, oh, our party is in government now. 8 years down the line, some people from the NDC are also doing the same. That's why I said pettiness.
Yeah, you got a point there.
That is one. Two, we enjoy the downfall of people.
For other people.
Yeah.
PhD, right?
It is part of
pull
our,
them down.
We love it.
Yeah, without pulling people down. That makes sense.
In the moment, we jubilate. Then maybe a couple of days later, you go like, okay, now reality sets in, and then we are like, but he did it first. That is why I did. No, we should stop. It is not. For 67 years, if this style of politics or this style of behavior has helped us, we should be comparing ourselves to the Singapores, the Chinas, and
Malaysias,
because all these countries that we now, even Dubai, right? Mahama said it, will be the next Dubai if he has gotten the money Akufo-Addo had, right? We should not be comparing ourselves to Dubai because we have more than Dubai, right? Resources wise.
Yeah.
But why? Poor leadership and this kind of buga buga lifestyle.
Yeah. I was going to say the same thing, that don't be surprised 6 months into next year, people start missing Bawumia and Akufo-Addo.
Yeah.
It's our nature. They'll be like, oh, Nana, it was even better. When Nana was, the dollar was high, but not as high as this. Or at least they were doing some projects.
Yeah.
Look, to talk about pull him down, right? Yes, Akufo-Addo was busily commissioning things. A few weeks ago, I think a couple of weeks ago, he went to commission the newly renovated. When I went home, I saw the renovation, the 24 February intersection, Odati Lamte. They made it beautiful.
Yeah.
Now it's a park, people can go and play and all that. And people were still against this thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, it doesn't matter if the person commissioned it for votes. Once it's done, I'm happy about it because it's contributed something. But you will find somebody who will go and criticize or even want to destroy something just because the person who did it is no more in power. So that pettiness thing you're talking and the Rambo style I talked about, these things are like, I don't know if it's, honestly, I can't tell if it's illiteracy or it's party affiliation or it's just sheer stupidity.
It has nothing to do with
It's just like the Independence Arch. If a president comes and renovates it, which I think needs renovation, then we change government and say, I'm going to remove the tiles because it was done by the previous government.
It is petty. But
let's call it a spade. It is stupidity.
It is okay. It is
I would say
stupidity.
it's all of the above. Though.
No,
it's all of the above.
It is
to be honest.
stupidity because
no.
when you think about it, it doesn't actually make sense. It doesn't make sense at all because you're all fighting for the same country, isn't it? Or they are fighting for Nagala.
No, I don't think it's for the country though, like you said.
Exactly.
Love of country it's now just for the parties.
So that is where you come back and you realize all these political parties, they are not for the country.
I know we're not talking about the
Look at Cheddar, before I forget.
Yeah.
During the campaign time, they were calling him names and he's a fraud, is this.
Yeah.
Going through social media, people are now saying that, oh, this guy, his policies and stuff, or even next election, I'll try and vote
Reality
for
saying
exactly. Actually, what he was saying, I didn't really pay attention. If you go through the comment section, I'm like, you people.
Yeah. Classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing, because I remember the same thing when Mahama said he's going to turn Ghana into the Accra, into the new Dubai.
Right.
It didn't happen. But look at how much votes he got, right? So I'm like, these guys made you tons of promises. They did not make any real change. But we're still going to go back for him. So, like I said, we don't really know what we want as a people. I think that's the problem. We just don't know what we want.
And I'm saying, we don't know what we want. And the leadership that we have, they're coming from us. They're coming from us, and they know we don't know what we want. So they treat us like people who doesn't know what they want.
But the leaders themselves, they didn't know what they want.
No,
for the country.
They listen. They do know what we need as a country to develop, to be the next. I won't say the next, to be above certain countries, because that is where we should be anyways. But they are coming from us. They are coming from us. They are classmates. They are fathers. They are cousins. They are family members, right? And they know when we sit and talk, it is just short term.
We're not asking the right questions.
You get the food on your table. It is your party in power. You are the happiest. You don't care what your party does. And they know, so they treat us like that.
Got it. All right. Anyways, we're taking the spotlight away from the statue though. So to be honest, it's really appalling. I like really what this guy wrote out there. Nanedu, he just made a point clear. It's like change your attitude, not the president.
I think
Whatever you did right now, it's got nothing to do with the presidency.
I agree with everything you said, and I also think that we always talk about change of mentality. I don't think anyone can change mentality unless you make people busy. And that is why creating opportunities and jobs is very important in the case of Ghana and maybe by extension the whole of Africa. Because when people are in school or people have factory work to do,
If they're engaged, right?
they have businesses to run.
They will not think
You
about
have no,
Akufo-Addo's leg.
you have no, exactly. You have no. Have you seen the rallies Trump or Biden? You only see like 100, maybe 5,000 people or 2,000 people. Sometimes they even have just a podium with like 500 people, because people are busy with their lives. They have no time for this pettiness.
Yeah, I mean, if you look even here, right? China, what did they have here? They have something called the Chinese dream, and everybody's pursuing it.
Yeah.
Everybody's engaged, busy trying to create
There's
that
a
Chinese
goal.
dream, right? Yeah, nobody's got time for all that nonsense and pettiness. Anyways, Nanedu, thanks for your message. We love it. So as he said, change your attitude, not your president. Over to you. Change your attitude. You can't do anything about the president either ways, right? He's been voted for. Nothing you can do about it. So it's up to you to kind of like build up your own life for yourself and your family and your community as a whole. So from DLS Wave,
Continue.
Abananyi. Continue. Continue.
No, Bogbena.
Okay, Wabananyi. See you guys on the flip side.
Peace.